What do you think about, like, with Drake and how the industry's kind of turned against him? Like, you see videos now. I don't know if your boys tell you or you could see anything, but you can't, like, find his shit on Spotify, or there's just, like, a whole bunch of sketchy shit going on. I see. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or because you're kind of on the inside of it too, right? The whole industry.
I can't all the way speak to everything that's going on with Drake because at the end of the day, he's a grown man, and I think that's his story to tell. But I will say one thing. I'm proud of the stance of any artist that goes against the bullshit that happens behind the scenes. Sometimes when things happen and we come out and we're like, yo, fuck the label, or like, yo, fuck the major, it's like everyone's like, nah, this guy's spiraling out, he's this and this label, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and there's a lot of dark things going on behind the scenes, and which is the reason why I went independent, because y'all niggas ain't getting me with none of that. I'm not selling my soul, I'm not doing none of that weird shit, the rituals and all that shit y'all niggas got going on. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, no rituals
Fuck
for
away
sure.
from me. But there's a lot of weird things that go on behind the scenes, and so it's very hard to be in a situation like Drake is going through right now, where you're going against the whole thing. You know what I mean?
The machine,
and
yeah.
I understand that I understand that there's a scrutiny because it's like.
All right, we only get 15 minutes at a time on Tory's jail phone, so we will be back momentarily. Are we back?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we back. We finished that note, yeah, on the industry. Yeah, it was pretty much just a bunch of fuck shit going on, and you don't want to sell your soul.
No. When you summed it up, sounds crazy. I didn't mean it like, I don't mean it in some sort of way where it's like, oh, you're coming into some cold shit. Like, that's not necessarily what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean, look, when it comes down to it, there is a lot of things that happen in the background of industries, especially music, in such a provocative place as it is, right? But the reality of the situation is, I commend any artist that has the balls to go out and rage against the machine, because as a man who did it myself, it is one of the most exhausting things that you can imagine. It's like going up against the richest and richest billionaires who have the most richest and richest resources, and you're by yourself, but you're swinging for dear life. I have respect for anybody who does that. It's not just about Drake, but anybody, and I encourage artists. I'm not telling you to go start problems. In fact, I'm telling you to have the best, integral relationships that you can have with whoever you do business with. But at the same time, don't hold your tongue for nobody. Mm-hmm. If you see fuck shit going on, which happens in the background, at some standpoint, you have to say something, or you're gonna end up like everybody else and be a sheep in a place where it's full of wolves, and it's not easy to be that. So I commend the artists, whether it be Drake or anybody else, who will rage against the machine as long as they know that they have the facts and the actual proof to back up what they're saying, because mm-hmm. It's not an easy thing to do, regardless of how it looks. And I know people are looking at it from a street angle, but like, yo, with all due respect, like, this is not a street angle. And what Drake is doing, no matter how you want to put it, he's really doing this for the rest of us artists. Because the reality of it is if one man finally comes out and says, yo, fuck this, and the rest of us do it, a revolution starts. So it's either you look at it as he's going to start a revolution, or you look at it as, it's just Drake doing some shit, and he's just trying to do some shit, and you feel like he's doing this because he lost the battle. But being a man that knows him and speaks to him on a day-to-day basis, I shouldn't say day-to-day, I don't talk to him every day, but a man that speaks to him regularly, it's like, that nigga is not no dumb nigga, bro. He's a very smart individual. He's like a war general. It's a nigga that's very patient. And sometimes when he makes certain moves, it's not going to make sense at that moment. But the grand scheme of what he's doing is so smart that when it comes into full fruition, that's when you're going to be like, oh, I get it now. So if you can't see it at a certain standpoint, all I tell people to do is just let time be time, and whatever it's going to turn into, it'll turn into whether you're impressed by it or not.
One song you did while you were in there, the feature on DDG's song, That was a fucking fire ass verse. Is that what you're kind of speaking to, or what did you mean when you said like, I hope they don't come for me the way they came for Drizzy?
Nah, I was just saying, like, straight up, like, look, here's the reality, bro. I come to compete. When it comes to my craft, I'm here to compete with anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you got going on. Like, if we're here to compete for music, I'm here for that. You feel me? And at the end of the day, like, that wasn't, like, a lot of people thought that was, like, a Kendrick diss. It wasn't a Kendrick diss. It was an anybody diss. Like, I respect everybody's craft. I love what everybody does with they stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, I love to compete. Like, I love to go bar for bar with you so I can disrespect you and humiliate you, because this is what I do. And at the end of the day, like, yes, I can't wait for 20 niggas, pause, no homo, to come at me, nigga. Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I have the type of tenacity to finish every one of you niggas. It's not a thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost wish, sometimes I wish I could have jumped in Drizzy's shoes and did the beat for him. You know what I'm saying?